Dear students, we have seen first part of the poem The Inchcape Rock composed by Robert Southey. We have seen the activities which are given in the icebreakers and we have completed them. We have also seen the introduction of famous poet Robert Southey, and we turned to the first two stanzas of the poem in the last session, where we come to know that there was no stir in the air and there was no stir in the sea, means the sea was motionless, the atmosphere was very calm, cool, and everything was motionless. Even the waves of the sea, they were moving very slowly, very kindly, very softly, that the Inchcape bell which was placed in the sea, that was also not moving. So calmness of the atmosphere is described in the first two stanzas. Now let's turn to the next stanzas of this poem in this part 2 of the Inchcape Rock. The abbot of Aberbrothock had placed that bell on the Inchcape Rock. On a buoy in the storm it floated and swung, and over the waves its warning rung. Dear students, abbot means head of abbey of monks, means head of religious community of monks, and abbey means a building where monks or nuns live. And this abbot of Aberbrothock, he installed the bell on the Inchcape Rock just to save lives of sailors, sea voyagers. What is abbot and abbey? Let's have a look. By these pictures you can understand that abbey means a building where monks or nuns live, and abbot means heads of religious community. Where did this abbot of Aberbrothock install this bell? What do you think, students? It is not possible to install that bell directly on the Inchcape Rock. So what he did, he placed that bell on the buoy. Buoy means a floating object which is anchored in the sea to mark dangerous places. And as this Inchcape Rock was a dangerous place, he took a buoy and he placed that bell on that buoy. And whenever there was storm in the sea, this buoy was floating and swinging, and along with this buoy, this bell was also we can say moving wildly and violently, and it was causing loud noise. It was ringing, and this was causing alert, and it was warning the sailors that there was a dangerous rock and they should not take their ship there to avoid the risk, and they could move their ship to other way because of this Inchcape bells ringing, and this was the importance of this bell. When the rock was hid by the surge swell, the mariners heard the warning bell, and then they knew the perilous rock and blessed the abbot of Aberbrothock. Here poet says that the rock was hid, it was hidden by the surge swell. Surge swell means whenever there was sudden and great rise in the level of the sea, means whenever the sea was in high tides. During high tides, the rock was invisible. Sailors could not see this rock, but the sailors, the mariners, they could hear the sound of bell. Mariners knew that the perilous rock was there. Perilous means dangerous, and because of the sound of the Inchcape bell, they could understand the position of the rock in the sea, and colliding with the rock was avoided. And this bell guided sailors, don't go there, there was a perilous, dangerous rock, and their lives were saved just because of the kind gesture of abbot of Aberbrothock. and therefore they were blessing him for his kind gesture, for good deed, and for saving their lives. The sun in heaven was shining gay. All things were joyful on that day. The seabirds screamed as they wheeled around, and there was joyance in their sound. And then the poet describes the particular day, one particular day. He says that the sun was shining brightly on that day. The atmosphere was filled with happiness. The sun was shining gay, means there was brightness, happiness in the atmosphere, and all things were joyful on that day. The birds were screaming when they were moving round, when they were flying in the sky over the sea, and there was happiness in their sound. It was complete joyful atmosphere on that particular day. The buoy of the Inchcape Bell was seen, a darker speck on the ocean green. Sir Ralph the rover walked his deck, and he fixed his eye on the darker speck. As it was sunny day, the buoy of the Inchcape Bell was clearly seen. It could be clearly seen because of the brightness of the sun. And it was also visible that there was a darker speck. Speck means a tiny spot. And it is understood by anyone that something is there on this buoy, on the green ocean. There is a buoy, and there is something on that buoy in the form of a tiny spot, in the form of a darker speck. Sir Ralph the rover, who was present at this scenario on the sea. Sir Ralph the rover, he was a sea pirate, and he noticed that darker speck. He noticed that Inchcape Bell. He walked on his deck. He walked on the front part of the ship, which is called as deck, and he fixed his eye on that darker speck just to recognize what is that thing which is hanging there on a buoy. He felt the cheering pour of spring. It made him whistle, it made him sing. His heart was mirthful to excess, but the rover's mirth was wickedness. Students, this stanza deals with Sir Ralph's feelings. Sir Ralph whistled and sang as the thought of spring cheered him. When he noticed the intention, purpose of the Inchcape Bell, his heart was mirthful to excess. He was overjoyed, but the joy came from wickedness. No, his mind was filled with some sinful thought, and no one knew the sinful thought behind his happiness. His eye was on the Inchcape float. Quoth he, "My men, put out the boat, and row me to the Inchcape rock, and I shall plague the abbot of Aberbrothock." Students, in this stanza, Sir Ralph quoth means he said to his crewmen to sail to the rock. His eyes were fixed on the rock. Evil has taken control of his mind. He had lost his conscience. He ordered his men to take him to the rock, and he wanted to plague the abbot of Aberbrothock. Plague means he wanted to trouble him. He wanted to trouble abbot of Aberbrothock. He wanted to destroy a good work of abbot of Aberbrothock. The boat is lowered, the boatmen row, and to the Inchcape rock they go. Sir Ralph bent over from the boat, and he cut the bell from the Inchcape float. Sir Ralph's crewmen, his boatmen, followed his order, and they rowed the boat to the Inchcape rock. And Sir Ralph, he bent over from the boat, and he cut the bell from the Inchcape float, means from the buoy he cut the bell, and he destroyed the good work of abbot of Aberbrothock. Down sunk the bell with a gurgling sound. The bubbles rose and burst around. Quoth Sir Ralph, "The next who comes to the rock won't bless the abbot of Aberbrothock." Ralph was a pirate. He was a criminal who attacked the sea voyagers and he was robbing and looting them. He felt jealous of the fame of Abbot of Aberbrothock. He intended to harm the abbot. He wanted to blacken his reputation. And to fulfill his desire to spoil Abbot's good work, he cut the Inchcape bell. The Inchcape bell sank into water, causing bubbles to rise, and that bubbles burst on the surface of the sea. Ralph was happy at the thought that bell could not save any life more, and no one would bless Abbot any more. Students, here we conclude second part of the poem. Remaining part of this poem we will see in the third part. But don't forget to like, share and subscribe my video if you have liked it. Till then, goodbye. Stay home, stay safe.